My favorite out of all of the genres that I write in, as far as like a particular series, would be the KGI series. If I had a favorite genre as a whole, it probably would be contemporary erotic romance, just because there's so much fun and there's so much room for emotional depth and a lot of emotional intensity. But my favorite series is the KGI series. I love the Kelly family. I love the large cast of characters. I love the world, that it's set in. It's set in a place that I consider, home, because I lived there for a while. And the historicals are actually a lot of fun and are very easy for me to write because, I cut my teeth way back when on historical romance. So it's something that I love and really enjoy writing every single word. So I would say those are probably the easiest for me to write, just because it's a nice refreshing change, after writing so many contemporaries, to be able to go back and, write a Scottish historical. My writing schedule is insane. There is no such thing as a typical day for me because I write at all hours of the day. It's if I have to do something in the morning, then I'll be writing in the afternoon. It is very common for me to stay up to 3 or 4 in the morning. My best writing time is usually actually between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. in the morning. When everything's quiet, everybody else is asleep. I'll stay up and write. As I get closer to a deadline, I get more focused. I get more excited when I reach a certain point in a book. I always say it's downhill from there, because I'm so excited about getting to the black moment and that really emotional, angsty moment in the relationship where everything seems lost or there's some obstacle to overcome. So I get I would say the last third of the book written very quickly, because it's like I don't want to stop. I don't want to be interrupted. I just want to keep writing until I reach, the end. But as far as a typical writing day for me, there's no such thing. I work 7 days a week at all hours of the day, just depending on what else is going on, in my personal life with my family or my kids. Well, for my series, like the KGA series has a huge cast of characters. I'm 8 books into that series right now, so I have, what I call a series Bible, and that's basically where I list, I have all the characters, anything that I've ever mentioned about them, whether they have family, if they have a sister or a brother, any personal details about them that I've ever mentioned in one of the previous books, if they hate peanuts or they love oranges, or any traits, characteristics, physical attributes, anything that's happened in their past. I have to keep up with all of that, because I don't want to contradict something in a later book and have it be completely different than what I've already stated in book 2. No, I don't think they're more difficult at all. Writing, female characters can be, very challenging, because as a woman myself, I know how very unique, each and every, woman is. We all have our quirks, we all have our personality traits, and so, yes, I did have a very good, firm grasp on who they were and what they wanted and where they were going, or where they, didn't happen to be going. I knew what kind of heroine that I wanted for each of my heroes. And so from there, it was just a matter of, discovering as I began writing the stories and diving deeper into their characters and finding out, what makes them tick. So I wouldn't say they were easier or harder, because any character I write is difficult, because I want them to be complex. I want them to be, three-dimensional, and I want them, to be someone that you could envision seeing in real life. I'd probably definitely pick Mia. I think she's probably the more outgoing of the three and probably the more lighthearted. You know, Bethany is quieter. I mean, she's had to have been, because of her life and the way it was before she met Jace. And Josie is quieter, but she's also very confident. She knows what she wants. She has focus and she has direction. So I think she's probably the more serious of the three. So for me, if I was going to hang out with just one of them, it would probably be me, be Mia, because I just think she's a lot of fun.